Hello everybody, this is Lara with your quick video today for a roundup of Bitcoin, Ethereum and XRP. And before I get into it, please don't forget to subscribe, like and make a comment, and definitely subscribe if you're new here because I'm going to cover these three Monday to Friday. I've been doing this using Elliott Wave for 15 years and I'm a chartered market technician of over a decade now, so you're going to get my experience and qualifications for free on this channel. Let's get into it. Bitcoin, I'm very bullish for the bigger picture for Bitcoin, but looking at the daily chart for the short term, I'm still looking for a reversal pattern to indicate that we may have a deeper pullback underway. For now, prices looks like it might close again this session above strong support and resistance, which is about 35,000. I want to see a day away before I have confidence that this area is going to hold. The last time price closed above 35,000 on 1st of November, it immediately returned back below the following session on the 2nd of November. If price can close above 35,000 and have tomorrow with another upward session away and up, then look out for support at this area. I am looking for a deeper pullback because the trend is very extreme and there's bullish divergence between price and RSI and price and money flow, and overall volume is declining. Still, day on day, volume pushing price higher, so the volume profile is still bullish, but I am expecting a pullback to relieve extreme conditions sooner rather than later. On balance, volume is developing a new range. If we see a break above the yellow resistance line or a break below the purple support line, that would provide a signal. The resistance line only has the two minimum required anchor points you need to draw a line, so low technical significance, but the support line's now got 4 tests, so that's got some reasonable technical significance, although it's not long held, but it is close to horizontal. So watch this range carefully from on balance volume for a signal. ADX is now very extreme, reaching territory where we should expect a pullback to relieve these extreme conditions. RSI is still overbought and it exhibits bearish divergence with price between small pivots in price. Likewise, money flow is in neutral territory but had reached overbought and also exhibits bearish divergence. As price continues sideways, volatility as measured by ATR is now sharply declining. So given extreme ADX and bearish divergence between price and RSI after it reached fairly deeply overbought, I will expect a pullback to occur sooner rather than later. We could see price make new highs and we could see double bearish divergence develop between price and RSI before a deeper pullback occurs, so we have to be a little bit patient. I will be waiting to see a bearish reversal candlestick pattern on the daily chart before I have confidence that the pullback has arrived, but be aware that it's possibly coming up sooner rather than later now. Initially, support at 35,000 if we can break above that today. Below that, if we break below 35,000, look for support at 31,000. The Elliott Wave count for Ethereum sees a first wave either complete at this high or very nearly complete, a 5-step forward pattern, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, with the fifth wave unfolding as an ending, expanding diagonal. Within an ending diagonal, all of the subwaves must subdivide as zigzags. So I'm going to put some labels in today for submenu at 5, A, B, C, maybe subdividing as a zigzag. This is possible, but also this is possible. It's possible it's over already and that minute wave 2, a 3-step back pattern, may be in the very early stages. This candlestick pattern may complete as a hanging man. A hanging man is a bearish reversal signal, but the bullish implication of the long lower wick mean that a hanging man candlestick pattern essentially requires bearish confirmation in the following candlestick. So it basically makes it a 2 candlestick pattern. So if this is a hanging man, I'll wait to see what happens tomorrow before I label minute wave 1 over. Otherwise, this is how I'd label it. I'd label it as requiring one more high before minute wave 2 arrives. When minute 2 arrives, I'll expect it to be a deep, sharp pullback, at least 70%, maybe up to 80 or 90% the length of minute 1, and it may not move beyond the start of 1 below 1521.78. Please excuse the noise. There's not a lot I can do about that. Technicals on the daily chart for Ethereum, this candlestick now might be closing as a dragonfly doji, also a bearish reversal pattern, but we need to wait for the close for the 7th of November to know what this candlestick ends up like. It's either going to be a hanging man or a dragonfly doji from the looks of it. If it closes above 1880, then we'll change this resistance to support. That's how that works. If it doesn't, then look for support at 1800. It continues on up. Next resistance, 2020. Not the best of numbers, is it? We don't like 2020. Volume overall declining as price limps slowly higher. This current session has an increase in volume beyond previous green sessions though, and it is a downward session so far with a lower high and a lower low, so a little bit of push from volume pushing price lower. If we see a bearish candlestick reversal pattern today, it does come in the context of a very extreme upward trend. However, it's not as extreme as a trend can get for this market. It also comes in context of overbought RSI, but RSI is not as overbought as it can get for this market, and if there's bearish divergence between these peaks, it's really slight. Also comes in context of neutral money flow with weak longer term bearish divergence. So I prefer to look at peaks closer by rather than a little bit further apart like this. For these two peaks in price, I'd rather be looking at weekly time frames, but I'll note that it's here on the daily. There is some bearish divergence here. So given that the current candlestick is coming in the context of an extreme but not as extreme as it can get trend, overbought RSI but not as overbought as it can get, and if there is bearish divergence, it's really slight. In that context, I want to see a strong bearish reversal pattern, and I definitely want to see bearish confirmation of this candlestick in tomorrow's candlestick after tomorrow closes before I would call a high in place. So I assume the trend remains the same until proven otherwise, and that's what I say by proven otherwise, a bearish candlestick pattern for the 8th of November. I have 2 Elliott Wave counts for XRP for you today. This is the one I've been using, looking at a series of 1, 2, 3 overlapping first and second waves, the second wave correction at minuet degree about to begin, but it is also possible that a first wave was over up here. Now, I don't like the look of this wave count as much, but it will fit. Not too sure about the middle of the third wave here, but it could fit. If I try and put this here, though, there's a little overlap between the first and second and fourth wave. The third wave could have been over here, and the fourth wave could have been over just down here. So there's no overlap here, but I'm just not confident on the subdivisions at lower time frames of sub-minuet wave 3 here. So that's the biggest problem with this wave count. The middle of the third wave doesn't look as good as it should. It is possible, however, and for the bigger picture, it does have a pretty good look to see a first wave over here, and looking for a deeper second wave correction, I'd use the logarithmic function of the 0.618 Fibonacci ratio as a possible target for support at 0.5388. Minor wave 2 may not move beyond the start of 1, below 0.4456. Technicals for XRP, it's completing a red candlestick today, but if the body of this candlestick can close halfway or lower into the body of this candlestick of 6th of November, then this on the 7th would complete dark cloud cover. That halfway point is at 0.68815. So far, for the 7th of November, it is currently below that point, but we need to wait to see this session close to see if it does close below 0.68815. So watch that number carefully. If we do see dark cloud cover here with a close halfway into the body of this candlestick, then we would have a bearish reversal pattern. So let's look at the context in which that comes. ADX is very extreme. It's well above 45 and above both DX lines. RSI is deeply overbought but does not exhibit divergence. Money flow is also reasonably overbought, also does not exhibit divergence. Even though there is no bearish divergence between price and either of RSI or money flow, because ADX is very extreme and both RSI and money flow are deeply overbought, in those circumstances, if we see a bearish candlestick reversal pattern, it quite likely, not certainly, it quite likely could be indicating a trend change to a deeper pullback. So I'd be looking out for that today. That's it from me with your quick update today, and I hope everyone's having a fabulous day.